Now when Sid Meier first sat down to write down the notes of the Civilization series, he wasn't just creating a new game, but a whole new genre in itself. And the team he has assembled to create the games has ever since always pushed the bar, providing compelling and highly addictive installments. Civ V was released way back in 2010 with various downloadable content coming afterwards. I had the pleasure of playing the Game of the Year edition, which includes new civilizations including the Mongols, Inca and the Vikings and some others, as well as a bunch of new map packs and scenarios. The end result is sublime. The game is incredibly well rounded, polished and full of everything you would ever want from a Sid Meier's game. But let's begin with relatively basic notions that the game is grounded upon. First of all, it is a turn-based game. You choose a civilization, a map size, a map type, difficulty and game speed. There are other tweaks you can adjust, such as methods by which you can achieve victory within the game, whether you'd like barbarian spawning or how many city-states will be generated into the map. The customization in this aspect then is very appreciated, and it shows that developers understood that players are different. More to the point though, it means that no playthrough is ever the same, and the longevity of the game is greatly enhanced. Once you've sorted all that out, you'll be presented with a truly fantastic looking map, highly detailed and very colourful. It should all run very smoothly, providing you have a good system, which I don't. Not anymore anyway. Regardless, the graphics do not disappoint. The different land types really do have their own feel, and once you've grown accustomed to the game, you'll know what sort of resource or luxury item to expect from each one of them, and there's a great pleasure in that. The sort of pleasure one would take from licking windows or rubbing sandpaper on their nipples. No? Just me. Okay. However, it's one thing to make a game look stunning, but a whole different ballgame to make it play well. But again, Civ V not only delivers, but it also impresses. Aside from the usual micromanagement, tutorial and resource-based aspects that an RTS player must take into consideration when playing, in this game a number of other things make your job that little bit tougher. But it never gets so tough that your levels of enjoyment are affected. The technology tree, for instance, will look incredibly long, dull and daunting at first, at least to the average player, but it really isn't. There's a fine equilibrium between overwhelming the player and really pushing them and their management skills, one that Civ V maintains superbly. Choosing which path to follow, what technology to research, weighing up whether the benefits of those discoveries will have a part to play in your current game, then throwing in the fact that there are other civilizations in the game also. What if they've researched chivalry already? Shouldn't you then concentrate on going for the gunpowder tech to counter-attack the knights? Is it worth it? Many different thoughts will enter and escape your mind. You might even break a sweat, but you'll enjoy yourself the whole time. There's so much to explore and so much to build, so many different units to try and so many civilizations to experience. I get the feeling that every decision you make has a purposeful meaning to the bigger picture, however small it may be. That makes no sense, but when I construct buildings that increase science, I notice the benefits of that. Whether the waiting time for researchers decreases or the spawn rate of great scientists increases, or if indeed a golden age begins. Perhaps my favorite thing about Civ V is the music. Most games are content with spewing out below the grade tracks, putting them on repeat and forcing the player's ears to bleed, or worse yet, triggering some sort of dormant psychological memory buried deep in their heads that causes them to go on a massive hamster happy slapping rampage. Sorry. Every single nation that you pick has numerous tracks that feel incredibly unique, and depending on the political, economic or militaristic climate, it will change, modify and adjust. It adds a whole new layer to the game. The 2 gig music file size stands testimony to this. So, in Civ V you get a game that is bound to be adjustable to your unique needs, a game that offers tons of content while never once overwhelming you with the intricate details that are found in micromanagement, a game that not only looks superb but sounds incredible too, and to top it all off, a game that you can play for many years on, a game that will seldom bore you. I guess the only way you could not like this game is if you weren't an RTS fan, in which case I'm not really sure why you'd be watching this video in the first place. That being said, Civ V probably stands the best chance of converting you somewhat to the RTS persuasion. If not, then, well, I hope Hamster Happy Slapping gives you all the satisfaction you require in life. Until next time folks, good game.